Okie dokie, so this week we're looking at the upgrade kits. We're going to start with the Gothic upgrade, which is here. If you look at the table, we've got all of the HAB blocks we've built so far. Now, there are only 2 sheets in this. I'm guessing they're all the same. I've got this piece that looks like a roof. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what these are. Windows, I guess. Do you know what? I don't actually know. We're going to find out. And then there's this. Oh, they're the windows. There's more windows. Look at those. They look awesome. I'll be honest with you. I have absolutely no idea how we're going to put this together. I'm guessing most of them glue in place. I could be wrong. I honestly don't know. I like the roof. I am thinking for the roof. Oh, that's too narrow. It's going to go on a... Will it fit on that? Maybe. See, in the actual image, I'm unsure if it's the double height one that's got the roof on. Can you imagine putting the roof on that one? That would be so cool, having the roof on here. So we're going to have a look. I'm just going to pop it out. And we're going to see what we can do. Now, there are loads of bits in these. As you can see, they are definitely roof bits. And lining that up, that looks like that's going to go in the centre. I am going to guess... No, according to the image, that stays on. But I am going to take it off for now. So, we're going to take that off. We're just going to tap the camera slightly. There we go. And we are going to pop out those holes. Right, everything, all the wood from yesterday is still lying around. So, we're building a roof. We'll drop that out. We'll put that back on there, out of the way. Let's have that. So, these things, 1, 2, 3. So, pop in the middle. I don't want the hatch to come out. They don't seem to be pushed all the way through. There we go. That feels like they're not cut all the way through. Where is my square file? There is my square file. It's about the right width for this, you see. Just to clean that up. Do that. That then slots into there. Roof plate. Let's go on the other side. Same again. 1, where's the middle? That's the middle, and then the bottom one is just there. We'll slot that in. So that gives us the points for the edge. Now, I am going to take a wild guess, maybe that this sheet's just here. You see this one with the really nice etching on it? I'm going to take a wild guess that that might be the top. Now, weirdly, it's got loads of holes in it. And I don't know why it's got loads of holes in it. Should we have a look on the website just quickly and see if we can find... I don't think it's got plans. Like most... Well, no, there's plans for the buildings, because I looked at them yesterday. I don't think there are plans for the upgrades. I could be wrong, though. We want the Gothic upgrade kit. There it is. Yeah, no, there are no plans yet for the Gothic upgrade kit on the site, but we can work it out, can't we? Now, if we take that piece there and line it up with that, it's... Oh, right, so bottom one in the... Would you say bottom? Bottom one in the middle or the top one? Now, let's look. We'll drop it down. So, yeah, we'll go to the top one for the first. It's a row in the middle as well, but I haven't found... There are... Looking at this, there are several different possible ways to put the roof on, maybe? Because you've got this bit here as well, which, well, that's only on one side, it hasn't got on both sides. Okay, so that might be just a case of that's where the thing is. Oh, you know the thing. Those two go there, that goes in like that. Now, is that too low? That might be too low. That could be too low. Yet again, I did the thing where I've ruffled it. It might be an idea, and I don't always suggest... You know, I suggest this for the old kits, but with these kits, I don't usually do this. Just chamfering the edges to give them a bit of an easier push. Because obviously that makes a loose connection, and you don't really want a loose connection. So let's just try and slot that in there again. Okay, so Going all the way to the bottom appears to be too low. It doesn't sit quite properly. So we're going to pop it up one. So the bottom one comes out this time instead, and then the one further up. Obviously, you can push those little blocks back in, which you may have to do, to be honest, to fill the hole. Oh, I don't know, they're not that noticeable. Right, is that better? That appears to be better. Yeah, but now you've got the gap at the bottom. So I don't know on this one. And yet again, I've pulled the edge off this doing that. So maybe we do just chamfer it slightly. Wrong file. Both sides, just to try to stop us breaking the frame itself. I know I'm heavy-handed at times. I know I'm clumsy. And this is how not to build, because, you know, I do it wrong, so you don't have to. I'd like to sit here and say, I got these for... I would never... I always buy everything I ever use. So, no, I paid for these. These were purchased out of my own pocket, as always. Because that's what we do. We don't... I'm one of these guys, if I started getting free stuff, I'm fairly sure I'd become biased in my reviews. And I don't ever want to be biased in my review, because that's not how we do things. So, how is everyone? Everyone have a good week? I'm back at work. The day job is calling. Right, we'll be back at work by the time you see this anyway. Excuse me while I just file these edges. I have been doing some bits and pieces. I've been working on here in Koa, which will mean nothing to a lot of you. Okay, if we go up high, that isn't going to fit. That isn't going to fit there. It's got to be on the low. Yeah, you got to do it on the other one, which then doesn't sit quite straight at the bottom. I am going to guess that some of these bits on this board allow it. Well, it might go. Some of these bits on this board are designed to allow it to sit properly on the roofs, but I'm not 100% sure. Yet again, building without instructions and no glue. You'll notice there is no glue being used here. We are just generally winging it to see what happens. There you go. That's actually really cool. I like that. Let's see if it fits. It kind of latches in. Oh no, it does. That fits really. Do you know what? That actually fits really well. Once you get it all set up and done, like that, that fits quite neatly. Let's see what it looks like on top of the building. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's the high one. I'll just grab a shorter one. We'll grab the alternative. This one. Let's pop that roof out. Throw it over there. Didn't need to pop the roof out. We'll just slide that on there. See that? It looks like a building. It looks like a house. There's a gap around the edge. I don't know what I think of that. That's what that's for. Okay. So these bits here, they somehow mount along. Oh yeah, look, they go across the top bit. They can mount like that. Now, is there a thing that holds them in place? Possibly. Oh yes, there is. They're here. This thing that looks like a chain. Oh, this should be. I've taken out the bit there, but this bit that looks like a chain. So we'll just put one of those in there to hold that in place. There we go. That looks there. Neat and tidy. This bit that looks like chain, which isn't actually chain, we will just pop out. He says, trying his hardest to pop it out. There we go. It's not actually chain. So this bit, if you look, hook. They're tiny, tiny hooks. Think I've lost one, but I'm not 100% sure. But I don't need. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have dropped one. I don't know where it's gone. Underneath it? No, on the floor probably. I'll find it. Is it still attached? It's still attached to the piece. Funny. So they go up in there like that, and up in there like that, and then that just slots over that. That's kind of cool. I like that. Look at that. That's kind of cool. And maybe the other way around. I am not sure. Let's try the other way around. So the short one goes up into the spiky bit, because, you know, spiky bit. And then the long bit towards the bottom, maybe. No, it's still going to lift. Just push that back in there, because you can. And then that slots down on top of that. And voila! Spiky bit. Obviously, there are there are 6 of these. There's another one. There's another 2. So another long one for there on the other side, and then 2 short ones for the end, and then two more long ones. See, they're still on the sprue. Yeah. So yeah, so you can actually do twice as many. So you can put 4 roofs with spikes on, but only 1 roof with that. There are also the windows, which are there. Now, there's a chimney. I think this is the chimney, because that would go that way around. It may need to be glued in, though. That's the only thing, because I can't see on the plan a spike. Oh, no, it's on that side. There we go. He says dropping it on the floor. So on the opposite side, there's that bit. So that bit lines up there with the centre. Or, yeah, because it can't go there because it's 3. So it's going to sit in the centre there. So if I just pop out the middle here, kabunk, kabunk, kabunk. Actually, do you want it that high? Or we'll go lower. 1 lower. Right, I'm going to do that. We'll just push that back in there. Probably, maybe. That didn't fit properly, but that'll do. You can't notice it. And this would sit in there like that. This is going to involve glue to build this. But I haven't got glue to hand right now, so we're just going to quickly do it Dave style. That'll slot into there. That slots on the front. That slots on the side. And look at that. You've now got a tiny collapsing Gothic chimney. There we go. That's really cool. How cool is that? So there's our chimney. Obviously, if you've got it glued up, it'll just slot in place and sit there quite neatly. That's all. Oh, that has come off its line, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm impressed. I like that. This does need gluing. This isn't going to hold without the glue. But you know what? That looks really cool. Obviously, if you get the windows on it as well around the front, let's just. Wow. Yeah, no, those. There's. Look at this. So the window here, it's got this edge on it. Because I'm just going to take the roof off. Put it there. Take this off. Just so you can see. So there's your board. But this bit will sit there like that. It's kind of been cut to fit in there. So you can, yeah, there's one for each end. So you can have both ends done. Like that. I'm guessing this top is for a different one, but just grab the other top. Maybe not. No, maybe. I don't know. This is the problem. I've got so many different variations sitting on the table at the minute. I am not 100% sure which one goes where. Could be the bottomless one, because I think this is the inverted one. So it might be the bottom that's wrong. Maybe. It could actually be the top. There we go. We'll do that. Nah, they're the same. You'd have thought they would all be the same. But, well, I say that fits better like that. We put that on this end, like so. Let's just put a piece in to bring that floorboard up slightly so it sits neater. And then, yeah, there's another set for another one somewhere else. Different door as well. I think they're different doors. So you can have like 2-way opening doors. Yep, you can. They have bits that allow them to hook through. And so on. Then obviously you've got all the straight windows here, so you can just drop these directly over this. I'm guessing they match up somehow. Oh, hello. I've said all this. I've just noticed something which is kind of cool. There's these plates as well. So, do you know what? Because I haven't plugged out the holes in this yet, we're just going to drop this to one side. Let's just get rid of this over here. Let's grab a grey one, because I've got grey ones. Obviously, we're going to pull that off. And then we're going to put that other way around. In like that. Yeah, that goes in like that. Now, the window doesn't fit there. Ah, right. Let's get a window in. There's the window. Then goes the grip. Then a window. Oh. Right. So there should be another point here. I'm not too worried about popping these out because the bars fit over it. So we'll just pop these out. Anyway. Oops. Lost the top. Now, I could be wrong about this, but no instructions, and this is how I feel it goes. So, and then that goes in there. That then goes in there. That goes like that, possibly. It says, yep, there it goes. And then we can put that in there. Now, annoyingly, I think I glued that in place when I did it, so that's not going to fit properly. But you know what? Gothic window across the side. If you want, say, if you wanted a Gothic look, it would look cool. Obviously, this stone effect as well would look really cool. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. And there's loads of bits like this on this set. You've got all kinds of things. So you've even got. I'm guessing these are torches, so go on the side like lamp torches. You've got, I'm guessing this is I don't know what that is. That looks awesome though. There's two of them, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of these shapes. They look really cool. We've got those set of spikes, the non-spiky ones. You got a door handly type thing. These things, there's loads of stuff on this sprue that you could play with and get done. I like the door design, to be honest. I like the windows. I have no idea what they are. They're all bits that will just fit in places. So that's the Goth one. Let me see if I put this back on here. Covers the window, and those holes have all gone. And you've got the long one on the other side. Right, let's just drop that over here. Let's drop that on top of that. We will move the Gothy bits to one side for a second, so I don't lose them, because, you know, I lose all kinds of stuff on this desk. Right, let's get the Goth stuff out the way. That's all the Goth stuff out the way. And I've already dropped bits. There we go. Right, what's next? Next one. Let's do the industrial pack. I quite like this because it's going to have runners on it and so on. I haven't opened any of these. You are seeing them at the same rate as I am seeing them. Yet again, this looks like it is 2 sheets. So if you want a lot of them to do like a really big Gothic thing, you are going to need to buy several. There will probably be discounts. I don't know. You know what? They seem like a nice enough company. I think if you were a club or something and you wanted to buy a lot of stuff, I think they do you a deal. So you have to excuse me a second before I show you this one, because the pegs on the ladder are all falling out and I don't want them all over my floor, because they really hurt when you step on them in bare feet. So I'm just trying to grab all of these boards as they're falling out. I don't know if that one's anything important. Put it to one side. Now, what we got? So this is sheet 1. Still bits falling out. We appear to have some really nice railings. Everything else to the side. So I'm guessing these are, I don't know what they are. Let's have a look. So, you see this? We have an angled piece that allows you... They may be roof tiles. Now I look at it. So I'm guessing there's a variation of roofs on here. This one looks like it's mainly metal walkways, ramps, and so on. And you can see they've got the metal grating. It is cut through, so that will pop out. So you will end up popping out a lot of these panels. I would keep these sheets purely so you can build crazy paving, because there's a lot of that's a quite easy push out. There it goes straight through. But yeah, just so you can make crazy paving, because the stuff you could do with these, just put them on the side of the building as extra armor or something, it would look really cool. And there's loads, because obviously I've got quite a few of these now. These shapes are all just MDF bits. I bag them up, and then my plan is I'm going to build a brick wall with it, or I might build some fantasy stuff with it. How cool is that? That is really neat. It is flimsy, because obviously it's metal walkway. But those, from what I can see, should line up with things like that. So, which one does that look like? I don't know which one that looks like. Oh, this is one big sheet. So, if that pops out like that, right? I get this now. So this sheet, like the other roof, will mount up like that at an angle. And then there'll be a drop on the other side, which will be that sheet probably. And these bits, you can see it here, this bit, and this bit. I'll just pop those out. There's one. There's two. I'm just put it down here. Yeah, if you look, they seem to mount up like that with there. I don't know what that bottom part is. It'll pop out. Oh, hello. I forgot. Oh, this might be. You know, when we look at these things, I've still not quite. I know this is for holding the roof on, but look at that. That will slot in there. Hopefully, he says, like that. I'm just going to pop that grate out. That locks on there. Oh, that's slightly nicer than the other roof, I'll be honest with you, on the Gothic one. That just seems to look just fit a lot nicer than that Gothic roof. I like the Gothic roof, don't get me wrong, I do like it. But if you could do a roof like this for the Gothic one, so you haven't got quite as much, you know, it just fits around that, that would be a lot nicer. I know they watch my videos, so that's why I'm talking so loudly about this. But yeah, you know what? That's quite cool. And I'm guessing it's this plate here, that one, which has got a hatch in it. Unfortunately, I haven't got a picture of what this looks like from the other side. But there is a walkway and other bits and pieces. So I'm going to guess that it matches up with that. So I can't see it being wrong. Or is it that way around? The shorter piece is at the top. Okay. So that matches up like that. How cool is that? And then that, obviously. Let me just grab a top. Drop that on there. That sits on there like that. And you've got like a really cool roof section. And these bits... yeah, the outer edge, look, that one and that one. Mount it in like that, and I'm guessing it's the same on this side. Yep, that one and that one. It goes in like that. It doesn't go in. No, it does go in. There we go. There we go. So yeah, there you go. Nice railing on the edge. Nice air vent on the sides. And then there are parts of it, obviously. So there's more of these clips along here to join them together. We've got two ladders, more railing that looks like it joins into something. Here's another piece that looks like a walkway. Yeah, they're a walkway of some description. I don't know what they are. They're safety rails. And then yeah, you've got all these actual walkways. That is a lot of wood you're going to be taking out, though. And yeah, all these girders, you've got some angle pieces, grips, and so on. And yeah, you've got window covers again. Oh, I like this here, where you've built like a framework around the windows for the outside of the windows, like a bay area. That is really cool. I like that. That looks like it should run up and down. That is actually two buildings together there, if you see. So you could use the double width one, I suppose, or you could just across the whole thing. I am going to guess that's another kit, because there's only one roof and a kit, and that shows 3. So I'm guessing 1 kit, 2 kit, 3 kit, and then you merge them all together. I like this platform thing for climbing up the roof, so your bases can sit properly. Obviously, you climb the ladder, base it up the top. That's quite cool. I like that. I do. So that's the industrial one. I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of wood left over the industrial one, though. This is just... I'm sure we'll find something to do with it. Let's just move it over there. And then finally, we have the HAB block. You've seen me use this one, I think, because that's what this is off. The bit that says HAB, this all pops out and then it slots on the back. Yet again, it is 2 sheets. He says... right. So, these are window covers. They kind of go into these things. Hang on. Kind of lock into this and make different angles for windows, and so on. You've got different bullet boards, you know, like, because they can hook onto these, and they sit on the edges of buildings, and it causes. Then we've got up here. We've got are they through? No, they are. Hazard stripes, they're not actually cut through. They are not cut through. On the other sheet, you've got more edges for around the top and so on. Yeah, generally, really like it. I'm not going to break this one down because I've already broken one down and used bits of it all over the place. I'm going to put this one back away. It's quite a good kit. It depends on what you want, really. I really like the Gothic kit, and I really like the industrial kit. I think I will be getting more of them when I get more of the buildings, and trying to have them so I can swap them between the two. With a lot of the stuff, obviously like this, it's all when I built these. Excuse the wood look. I glued this together, so that's all glued, but it just slots in. And obviously, I like the grey, so we'll be working towards the grey thing. I need to do something with this. Because that beam looks great there, but when it's on this door on this side, I use that for this. So the way this slots together, I generally plug the bottom one into the door, and the top one goes into the building itself. So that holds in place. You do need to put the door in first, because if you don't, it doesn't work properly. So... but just generally, I'll turn that off. Don't that bit. So you can see. So I put the door in, and hold it in place, and line those two. See, then line the back up there, and just give it a push, and give it a push to try and make it all match up. A little bit of an angle there because I haven't got it in properly, but that's option 2. Is you put the door in first at the bottom. I don't know if you can see this. I'm putting the door in from behind, like so, and then just pushing the door forward to bring it level. Because I've pressed this so many times, it is starting to come loose. Where it says HAB, and that's it. That's done. Put the lid back on. See? There's the door at the front. That's how I did that one. Obviously, you can just head that off. Oh, put that on there like that, drop that on the top of it. There's the second floor, and obviously I put that on the wrong way around. Do you know why I put this on the wrong way around? Because, like an idiot, the magnets, because I've magnetised some of it, are actually in this side. So when it's magnetised, done, wrong way around, there you go. It's the only bit I will magnetise. The rest of it still needs to be magnetised. But yeah, there's the upgrade pack. I will do a magnet thing. Can we do it now? We'll do a magnet thing now. So we're going to try and level this up. So I need to somehow do it. you know what? The magnets are fairly straightforward. It is just a case of lining them up properly. So I know for a fact this board, this here, the magnets on it are opposites. So one side is positive, one side is negative, and I'm going to cheat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a magnet here. I'm going to attach it to that one. See? Just there. Click the other magnet. They are 3mm by 3mm. They are fiddly. We're going to do that. That's on the other one. We're going to do the same on the other side. There we go. That's those two done. Those two done. I am then going to take a top. I want a top. I need a top. I need that one. We'll take that. So that's top. That is glued. Yep. We are going to pop out the holes. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. I'm going to take super glue that I'm hoping is not sealed solidly. It is not. And I'm going to put a dob in there. Like that. I'm going to put a dob in there like that. I'm then going to take this, like so. I'm going to push the magnets in the holes, like so, and slide it off. And then just slide my finger across. Like that. Now I'm going to flip it over. Just do the back as well. Work that super glue in. 1 and 2. That might be too much super glue. We take the other side. Go 1 and 2, line it up, and slide it off. Done. Do that. Do that. That is quite literally how I've done the magnets. I'll wait for that to dry. Just pop that there for a second. He says. There we go. I'm just going to take the top off this building. I'm going to wish this was drying quicker. Hopefully that won't glue together. It may do. If it does, I'm in trouble. Pop that out. Drop that in there. Drop that under there. Right, that's the wrong way around. Spin it round. Now here's the problem. That's not quite high enough. That is magnetised. That's the other way around. There we go. So I'd got it the wrong way around. That was the problem. And we will take a... Have I got anything really heavy on my shelf? Lead white dwarf. I may need stronger magnets, but you get the idea. Right. That's me done on this one. Next week or next time, we're going to be looking at the other series of stuff that M.A.D Games does. What's it called? Is it Major? Major? I don't know. It may not. No, it's not Major. Hang on. Oh, where are you? Home. Right. It's the Complex. We are doing the Complex, which is a series of boxes with face plates that you add to it. So that's all magnets, yet again. Then they all attach together. I haven't quite worked out yet how the magnets all go together. But, yet again, we will get there. Because that's what we do. But the fact that I've got a Gothic scenery piece, which is it? Let me just grab it from the floor. It's massive. There you go. It is a building kit. It's huge. It comes with a whole secondary piece. I, for some reason, though, have managed to misplace the bit with an... is that it? That's it. It is a future Gothic building, and it is the future Gothic apartments we'll be building. It's going to be a long... Well, it may not be. I think the way the video is going to go, I'm going to show you how to build the boxes, and then we will work it out from there. There is another add-on bit with it. And that's it. And then I don't know what's next after that. We'll find out one day. Right, that's it for this week. I will see you all later. Have a good day.